It's another hood nigga production, yo. Barcelona, sweet, B.
Amen. Okay, so I have two people that Buzzholes are up, they would like to come and greet you guys, not necessarily open mind, but come and greet you guys. Over so first one is over no Krimba Krum, Lord Krimba Krum. Who knows Krimba Krum? How do you know? Most famous poetry by Gqeberha line or a title poem guy.
Uneducated poet who does unedited poetry.
So let's not buy poetry, let's welcome Krumba.
Greetings, Black Power.
Black Power.
Yeah, we speak about Kumba, Ukhanase Africa, poet, independent artist, also busy planning, clothing, fabric paint, and some stitching, contact pens, Frankensteins. So I give them the soul. Yeah. So today I came through to support, but because as a poet, it's really nice to share a stage before the main event. So I'm just going to do one piece. I hope it's going to have peace. I was born in the system, educated to be a victim, made to believe in big dreams, told on lies to receive cheap schemes about justice and equality, law and order to brutality, Africanism and Christianity. I was born free, I grew up in captivity, and now I want to die free. All my soldiers, like for the cause, will stand by me. Because now it's motivation versus courage, aftermath versus damage, open wounds to scars under bandage, so much and enough to cause rampage. Because our world is so unforgiving, I'm all out for living. This is the rainbow nation, so says the television and the radio station, while my people feel real segregation, and the youth is fighting with real dedication. But on the real, that's a deadly passion, because I just gave up on my religion, got rid of what I used to believe in, and now I'm trying to lose part of my tradition, because I need room to accommodate my addiction. No turning back, fuck submission, I'm going on with my mission. I love to kill without reason. Respect the dead and fuck the living, because this type of poetry exists. I sat down at the table of 6, and for a complete stranger she added a dish. That's when I wish I had beheaded the rich, because I was told to die with my eyes open, but I chose to ride with my heart broken. That's anger and danger, gets intense from stranger to stranger, because we're busy changing names, and ownership remains the same. At the same time, our leaders are playing games. So I need to go harder than this. Give fear one last kiss. Hold on her for the heart I miss. Hold it tight before I hit the road. Then my shit gets bold as I speed so cold. Start giving less of a fuck. Live to die since I already gave of shit. But yeah, I came here to just say welcome. Let's be faced with the truth, and we are more. Otherwise, I came here to say you are beautiful, beautiful men. For coming through, that's why I please like to report.
Did you guys enjoy that? Yeah. Okay, that was Krumba, and Krumba has a clothing brand that is more like culture conscious, and he also does printings. They're printing marijuana, that's his work. And yeah, it's the Chiga is also a very, very dope poet, very famous. And just been spoiling the cover, Let's go again. In the beginning there was word, and word was a God, and God was the word. Can I get an amen? Amen. And then last, when the table began, I said I had 2 friends. So the other friend, who knows who last poet? Last poet. Rhythm and poetry. You guys don't know? I'm from Alwa and the Amazon last poet, the rhythm and poetry. But guys, I was scared. Today is the day. He's Omar's last poet, I tell you this. So guys, help me welcome with a very warm hand of applause our last poet on stage, please.
That's me. I'm diving as well. They won a very controversial film out there. The art department was behind the scenes on what we was doing. The art department for Rhythm City, Skin Sun as well. So I started poetry I think by 2005. So you know already to that poetry side, mentality. From that era, Gqeberha, you know. So I came here to share a piece and I came here to support my brother. He's been active on rhythm and poetry. Rhythm and poetry is a live music, poetry and hip-hop session that happens every last Saturday of the month. It started here in PE 2011, Village Bank Card. Who knows Village Bank Card? Village Bank Card was in town. This way it started, and I took it to Cape Town, took it to Johannesburg, so I just got it back in the 29th of May. So it features poets, singers, rappers. So I just here to share a piece with you guys. This piece is called Blood, Sweat and Tears. I want to talk about an unborn child being fed alcohol, cigarettes, and marijuana on a daily basis. Production kept her silent, continuously kicking his temple, showing the pain and suffering. She wasn't heard, because every time her mother's eyes are filled with tears of happiness every day where she's in a tapping with a smile, her fingers are clicking. The baby is kicking, her eyes are flickering with cocaine. She started sniffing. Time was ticking. Her friends thought that she was joking, so they started looking. Little blood that she was losing, sweat down her face as she was crying. God forgive my sins. She uttered at the Babylon that has fallen. Lucifer has spoken, making melodies in my heart. A beloved song that he has chosen. Blood, sweat and tears rained in the Garden of Eden. Where was I when all this happened? She asked God and Gabriel, having a conversation with Muhammad. Her home was a nightclub or hotel for a 3-year-old who's at the gates of hell. She's fed by the money her mother makes for her body that she sells. At the age of 13, she carried her past for her scarred face. She remained being the black ace. There's a troubled soul in this suitcase like her mother. She snilled coke with friends, but this was a dangerous race. Blood down her nose, the color of a woman in the black race. Life moving in slow pace. Saying, ik, silent bass. Saying, ik, silent bass. Saying, hey, silent. Time ticking in seconds. She was full of ecstasy that she lost her balance. Hence, she called the ambulance, but all she done was 084 number for men in bootleg pants. Versace from top to bottom, her glove deal with green connectors. His greetings, his always a face because he had to blue eyes, see red eyes from Mount Zion, burn the wicked to iron, so that no emotional brutality can be witnessed by a woman. With these words, I beg as I cry. Can't you see that this child is suffering because of drugs? She kisses her memory goodbye. Now I just to see, I believe I can die. Like Van Gogh, she cuts her ears, believing she can escape from these judgmental voices. She took these kind of choices. Her blood, diagnosed by millions of poisons. Suicide was her last chapter. A prayer before birth of her, the dearest unborn child wasn't heard because she was silent.
nice to know. Now you know. But in the following rules or something that I want to ask, why are we here? Who can say that?
All the way to Gqeberha, my mother, sister, and baby. Welcome everyone to Faced with the Truth. Faced with the Truth is a concept I've been working on for quite some time. The first part is basically me telling you guys about my silent battles. I once made the mistake of asking myself, am I Dominus Litus or is Dominus Litus me? Am I possessed? Is it an act? Or is it me? And when you ask yourself the right questions for the right amount of time, you you find yourself faced with the truth. The second part, second segment of the show, well, it's up to your interpretation. See, I like to introduce myself. I am Dominus Litus. See, I am a soothsayer, saying soothsayings, saying something similar to Proverbs. Sleeping sheep in a world of wolves, let me uncover the mole that is over your eye. The third one that covers the truth from the truth, tiptoeing, teasing you and calling you a fool, but far from fulfillment are you, because you seek the truth. And truthfully speaking, I do too. See, I notice the notice left by my ancestors, left in the forms of pictures, drawn on the cave walls of my mind. Mindful am I, if this body of mine was to die, Dominus Litus would forever write. See, writing makes all right. All is right in my heart when I write. See, I am left, lost, looking low, high in the sky, but only to find myself inside. A warrior sent here to fight, fire with fire, so feel no feelings of fear. Let me feed you food for the soul. Fly forth free from the rocks, locked in the confines of reality. Really real to the self. Lost souls cry for help. Just as you were about to hang, I cut the rope. I couldn't watch you choke. I'm the voice that spoke and you looked to the sky, for the voice that speaks in me is not mine. Tinis, Dominus Litus Tinis. Mechete semelo. Inotetro ayudai umyoyota washiwakanja, Dominus Litus. Crucified to the cross to beg for your forgiveness. Open your eyes and see this. They have all come to listen. Every time I fight these wars within, it's as if I can never win. Every time I fight these wars within, it's as if I can never win. See, I am an artist who would rather close his eyes to society so my sight can see reality. In a prophecy, the Almighty Jah told me that the mind's eye will never find while being boxed in a rock-like skull, finding it hard to follow your heart when the mind never subsides from thinking it's always right. This I wrote on a page that allowed me to escape this maze that would emotionally drain the life in my veins. The pain of my way of life has opened my eyes to realize that though life ain't kind to a prophet like I, who was prophesied to arrive with a torchlight so bright that it shines right through the blinds of your mind. These dark times usually design character that is solidified, or do these dark times harden the heart? Lock it away if you're smart. No, you can't, and even if you could, you shouldn't. See, even though I am wounded by each and every poem that has ever left me broken and exposed, I decompose my human form to fertilize my soul with a piece of paper, pen in hand, feeling like I was sent on earth to alter the hands of the time that was spent suppressing the black man, separating him and his connection to his forefathers, for our fathers chose kindness, tranquility instead of entitlement. Our only sin was to live. All they wanted to do was win, so they wiped us out from within. They destroyed our belief system, left us unable to see true evil as it landed on the banks of our seas, deceived so they can achieve superiority. Now we see us through their eyes. My kind despises my kind. Blind eyes view life as it was designed by by those that play monopoly with our lives. See, they blind the mind with material things that shine. Yet all that glitters is not gold. Like all houses are not homes. Not all of our stories are told. You can see, I am lost in a bad dream, I mean. This nightmare cannot be real. At night, closing my eyes has become an attempt simply to pass time. A prisoner behind bars. I am confined in this mind because I can't find a way out. My purpose in this life hides behind the illusion of time. In a time where my journey is one of uncertainty, but certainly this is my journey, maintained by the lack of change in my faith. My pain I share like a bottle of champagne, and just to keep saying, I try to explain things I don't understand. See, I am lost in space, filling an empty page with the regrets and hopes for change. Trying to find myself has become a process that never ends. Instead, it expands. It sends me to a foreign land with too many unanswered questions. Like, does the poet give life to poetry, or is poetry life to the poet? Is poetry a portrait painted only by these prominent poets? Or can an underrated writer like me write and be received by those on the receiving end of my ball pen? Trying self-made equations, constantly invading this gold mine, trying to find and clarify if I am a part of mankind, or am I the kind of man to reflect, but never end up shaking hands with my demons. No peace when I look at my inner image. This riddle that is I still pretty much riddles my mind. Fight these wars within, it's as if I can never win. Every time I fight these wars within, it's as if I can never win. See, I am Dominus Litus. Dominus Litus is an artist, but today I am just a poet. Being a poet has broken me into a million pieces. And if this is my last piece, let this piece last. See, the day I fell in love was with art, for thou art in heaven makes no mistake when placing one on his predestined path. But one day, I found myself walking this path alone. And on that day is the day my artist never came home. So I started taking walks around the block, looking for my artist. Perhaps he was lost. Or was it I who was lost? Taking a walk around the writer's block is like standing on one spot. On this spot, I spot, but never can I really pinpoint the problem, probably because it's me. If only the ink in this pen could set me free, and that's only if freedom is actually the key. Perhaps I was never meant to escape this place. Maybe I had to do the time to really look inside and contemplate why I can no longer connect words like wires, crossed, as if in a crucifix. Is this a test from God? Am I cut from the same cloth as Job, feeling abandoned and lost by my artist? I mean, how could Dominus Litus be so heartless as to abandon me in such darkness? Even as I write this, I am frightened at the thought of being a poet who has lost the plot. See, I have been avoiding the rot inside at all costs, cause it could cause disturbing thoughts, the ones that haunt. The skeletons in my closet cannot rest in peace. Instead, they rest in each and every piece I've ever taken from my heart to start the process of recovery. For me to really recover, I had to travel to the dark and dingy parts of my reality. Yet in all of this darkness, I cannot see what I've always seen to be my destiny's child. Look inside, because apparently there lies the key that has locked me behind the four walls of a writer's block. See, when the writer walks, he walks with a double-edged sword. So I too am not safe from the pain that these words could cause. I'm in a bad space, and the disturbance of this place shakes my faith. But even though I am weak, I know that me and Dominus Litus shall one day meet, and I'll ask him why in his right mind has he left this gap that has been falling through the cracks, and like in quicksand, the more I struggle, the faster I sink into a depressing state, feeling like me and the arms of fate have parted ways, never again to meet like a vegetarian. It's driving me insane. It's driving me insane. It's driving me insane. It's as if me and the arms of fate have parted ways, never again to meet like a vegetarian. It's driving me insane, no longer knowing how to find the right piece to complete this puzzle called life. So subtle is the process of dying inside when the mind denies the soul, the embodiment of hope. So many suicide notes I wrote, but never could I approach the rope. But still feeling like no more lies can normalize my pain, because for so long have I claimed to be okay. This walk around the block has gone on for far too long, in a long, distant relationship with my sanity, and the longer the time apart, increasing the longing for my heart to stop this paralyzing beat that I can no longer dance to. Left feet leave me walking in circles, trying to square off against thoughts of finally walking away from what I have claimed for so long to be my purpose. And as I stray, with nowhere to stay, I may be taken in by institutions similar to SPCA as they lock me in a cage from 9 to 5. So says the life of the writer who could no longer write. So says the life of the writer who could no longer write. This is the end of the show. After losing myself is when I figured out the puzzle. Perhaps Dominus Litus is me. If he wasn't, I could live without him. But I can't. I guess I was destined to meet my destiny in a poem titled Destined to Be. See, I finally found the one who makes my heart dance, my last chance at happiness.